Welcome to our post-trek Philmont Gear rundown. We're going to go through everything that I carried, why I carried it, some alternatives, some things you might want to consider. We're going to go through all of it. Stick around. So let's look at the backpack. And I have my trekking poles down there in the bottom. The way I like to do this is show you how everything is stored in here, and then we'll talk about the individual items as we go through. But it is as important to understand if you have a method for how you pack it, if you're organized, if you bundle things together based on when you're going to need them, pack them based on the order you're going to use them. For example, the very bottom is my sleeping kit. It's one package that has the sleeping bag, which in my case is a quilt, my sleep clothes, my inflatable sleep pad, and an extra inflatable pillow. All of those things are bundled together at the very bottom because I'm going to need them last. When I roll into camp, I'm pulling other things out first. The very last thing I'm going to get to is my sleep kit, so it's at the bottom. Next up, you'll find clothes on one side and my tent on the other. Above that, why don't we open it up? All right, starting at the top are mainly crew items and smellables. So I carried some isobutane for the crew. I've got the kit from the commissary that had micropure tablets and camp suds and the little green scrubby and some hand sanitizer. That's the cook and cleaning kit. That was at the top because it's smellable. When we stop at camp, the first thing you want to do is get all your smellables out of your bag. The more efficiently you can do that, the better. So I did that by keeping this together, all of those items. And then I had a bag that I put all of my Philmont meals in. And you can see the way we worked out, we had 9 people, so we had some extra. I was able to snag a complete lunch number 7 right here as an example. So how we did food, and I highly suggest you consider doing this. My crew this year did it a different way at first, and then they watched how I was doing it and said, hey, can you teach us how to do that? So let me tell you how we did it. When we went to the commissary and got boxes full of food, they gave a checklist of how many breakfast, lunch, dinner, and extra items we'd have. So they would go out and inventory that before accepting the food. And that's what the commissary asked you to do. Here's everything, go count it, make sure everything's there, and report back, then we'll sign the paperwork. So when they sorted it to count it, I said, okay, stop. You've already done the sorting. Now, let's break it into food buddy pairs, because these Philmont meals, these are meals for 2 people. You're gonna have a meal buddy for all of your meals. We split them by meal buddies. So Mike and I were buddies. On any given day, if I had lunch, that meant he had breakfast and dinner. And then the next day, I would have breakfast, he would have lunch, I would have dinner. And that's how we did it, is we split it out. We lined everything up, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So that's 3 days worth of meals, right? And then we go, okay, you get one, I get one, you get one, I get one, going chronologically. So every other meal, one would come out of my pack. The next meal, it would come out of his pack. The next one would come out of my pack. The next one would come out of his pack. Both of our packs got progressively lighter over the course of the trek, which was nice. And it took up less room in our packs as we ate one out of his, one out of mine, one out of his, one out of mine. And it was also super easy for organization. When we sorted them, I had this 2.5 gallon hefty Ziploc type bag. This is the 3rd trek this one's been on, so the writing is worn off of it. Regardless, it's the really big heavy duty size. I would put them in reverse order. So the last one I'm gonna need is on bottom. The next to last one I need is on top of that. Or if we're working from the top, the one that I'm gonna need next is on top. The one after that is the next one down. The one after that's the next one down. If you organize everything when you put it in your bag, then it's super easy. You open it, the next one you need is right on top, you take it out, zip it up, put it back in the bear bag. So when we would get to camp, I pull out my food bag. If we needed the next meal that was in mine, I'd take it out and put it in the pile of what we're gonna use immediately. Everything else zipped up, went in the bear bag. So food, that went in the smellables pile. And then the other smellable set that I had, all right, so that's the poop kit. That's toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and the Deuce of Spades trowel. That was not a smellable. That stayed under the dining fly for the crew. I had to move it to get to this. Here's the other 2.5 gallon hefty bag that I use. So I have one inside for bear bag food smellables. I have one in the outside pocket for everything else. All right, in here, I had my Fossil's plate and Sea to Summit long aluminum spork. All right, this is absolutely my recommendation. A lot of people had silicone collapsible bowls on my crew this year. They couldn't get in deep enough to lick their plate clean, which meant when it came time to wash them, the wash water got funky. There were lots of bits that ended up being carried in the Yum Yum bag, which smelled terrible and was a pain to deal with. If they lick everything clean, then washing is almost a non-issue. I highly recommend these flat fossils that you can lick completely clean, and then you just have to like wash them, rinse them real quick, and they're done. There's no extra cleanup. That was in my smellables bag. Here, this is my med bag, and I actually noticed I did something different this year. I had a bag of vitamin I, ibuprofen. All adult advisors usually need to carry a bunch of ibuprofen for inflammation and headaches and whatnot. The other thing I had in here that I did different this year from prior years, I made a separate medicine and vitamin bag for each day. So I got my ibuprofen, my allergy pill, the glucosamine for my joints, a little vitamin D. All of that is in here. I had one of these little bags per day. So in the morning, I'd just open it up, dump it in my mouth, drink some water, I'm done. What I had done in prior years is I had one bag like this that had all of the pills for the whole trek, and I would have to sort through and, okay, I need this many ibuprofen, and I need these glucosamine, and where's my vitamin? It's in here somewhere. It was a pain. It took a few minutes, so I did one for each day. That worked out real well. It also can help keep the pills from rubbing together if you have anything that's incompatible. I also had a few, where is it? I kept a few Benadryl in here in case I had any allergy issues or anyone on the crew did. So that was in the smellables bag. Also in the smellables bag, drink mixes, and I've got two little packages here where I would raid swap boxes and take drink mixes out. They were very helpful to me. You got to stay hydrated on the trail at Philmont. You absolutely need to be sure that you keep your electrolytes at the right level, and that's where these mixes come in. I did it also because I like the taste better, but mainly to make sure my electrolytes stayed stable. And then here you see coffee packets and Swiss Miss. That, I'll give you a little tip here for the trail. You will have a smellable bottle. Mine was marked with tape. You can see we used the repair tape on the trail to try to fix something that was broken. So it's not there now, but I would open this up, pour 2 packets of Taster's Choice coffee that you get from the crew advisor meeting before your trek. They have it off on the side where you can get as much as you want for your trek. That and the Swiss Miss. This was one day for me. I'd put almost 1 liter of water, 2 packets of Taster's Choice, 1 packet of Swiss Miss, dump it in there, use my hand as a funnel, you know, with the lid off, rip the packets, dump them in. If any got on my hand, you know, dump it in, lick my hand off. Fill it with water, shake it up, set it in the, used to be you'd set it up in the bear bag, your smellables. Now they're telling us in 2022, put the smellable bottles in the fire pit. So I'd set it in the fire pit overnight. When I get up in the morning, it's all dissolved and ready to go, and I've got kind of a backcountry mocha. I really like that. Extra snacks. This is another thing that you'll see. This is a breakfast 08 bag that I reused for extra items that I might want to eat as a snack when we're going down the trail, or in my case, I kept some extra things to eat on the train ride home. Again, these are all items that were in my big smellable bag. So when we stop, pull the big one, pull the little one, I'm done. I had some Gold Bond powder. I put it in my shoes. I put it in my, actually in my underwear a couple times to help keep sweatiness and chafing down in both cases. And I have my little toothbrush kit. That's a toothbrush, toothpaste, and a couple toothpicks in here with floss on them. You will notice I did the backpacker trick of cutting down my toothbrush. It was a side benefit that it made it a little bit lighter. I wasn't trying to save grams on this one. I just wanted it to fit in the little baggie here so that it wouldn't be a wet, sticky mess in my big smellables bag. All right. I had a couple EpiPens because I have some allergies, and in case anyone else had them, they were in my bag. Actually, I kept them right here most of the time on the inside, and I'd put them in there as needed in the big smellables bag. But I kept them right here where everyone could see them. If anyone had an allergy issue, they could get to them quickly. I had a Sharpie in case we needed to write on any items so they didn't get lost, or if they did, they'd get back to us. I kept a little 100% DEET tick and insect repellent that it looked like when we hit the trail the bugs were going to be bad. So I bought a little bottle of this, 1.25 ounces at the Tooth of Time Traders. I sprayed it on my boot gaiters and pant legs early in the trek. That's the only time I used it. Once we got up to altitude, the bugs were no longer a problem. I had this little emergency survival blanket that I didn't actually keep that in the smellables bag. That was down in here, just in case anyone got too cold and needed it. That was available. And this is the lid that I used on my smellables bottle, this Smart Water bottle. I got this pop top lid, is what I call it, the little retractable lid that you can open with one hand and close it, so you don't even have to use two hands to get a drink. Although I didn't actually drink from this while I was hiking that much. I used something else. All right, so there was a trick for you for organization. Keep all of your personal smellables in one bag, all of your crew gear, keep that separate, and then keep your meals that will go up in the bear bag, because you have two bear bags. You have the regular bear bags, and then you have the oops bag with personal items. I tried to keep those two in separate containers so they would be easier to go up in the bear bag. Before I sent them up in the bear bag, I would grab this little Sea to Summit nano stuff sack, 8-liter model. So I would kind of roll my bag up a little so it would fit in here. Drop this whole bag right down into the stuff sack and zip it closed. And now I've got my name and crew number and stuff on the stuff sack. It's got a clip where they don't even have to put it in the bear bag or oops bag. They can clip it right to the carabiner if they want to. And now it's there. When the oops bag comes down, it's time to grab it. I'm not picking up 20 items. I saw that with people in my crew. They'd, oh, where's my toothbrush? Where's my whatever? All my stuff was together. It was easy to carry, easy to get to. I highly recommend that you consider organizing like that. I didn't keep it in the stuff sack in here. Actually, I probably could have. It just made it easier to get in and out of it with just the Ziploc bag sitting in here, so that I could dig through it and get what I needed out of it pretty quick and easily during the day as well. See, while I'm up here,